Hi boys and girls, for this activity today, we are going to learn how to use our utensils or our silverware, okay? So this would be really good for those of you who have occupational therapy. So what you're gonna need is some Play-Doh or maybe some putty if you have putty at home. And what we're going to do is we're gonna practice using our utensils, okay? So maybe you'll wanna make some pretend peas. Let's put that on our plate here. Maybe we'll put some green beans on the plate, a couple of those. All right, so we've got peas and green beans. And then the other thing that I would do is I would pretend to add a piece of steak. So we're gonna get to use all of our utensils. So maybe I'm just having a little filet today. All right, so we've got peas, green beans, and a steak. So the first one is probably the easiest. So get out your spoon, okay? And what we're going to do, I usually twist my plate and whatever I'm eating is facing me. So what we do to use our spoon is we use a little scooping motion and we'll scoop up whatever we're eating. Yum, yum, yum. So you do that with me, ready? Let's scoop with our spoon. Scoop, yum, 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 yum. And you see how I'm holding my spoon? I'm not holding it like this. I'm holding it with my thumb and my finger on top of my middle finger. See how I'm holding that? Just like that. That gives you more control. This is a little harder to eat like that. So you like to hold it like this. You just have a little more control. All right, so I hold my fork the same way. See how I'm holding my fork? So if I want to eat my green beans, I usually stab. See how I did that? I stabbed my green beans. Yum, yum, yum. And that way, it just is really easy. All right. And usually you can tell, you know, peas are those things that are a little harder because sometimes they like to move all around the plate. So if you're like this, you can't really use your fork to get your peas, but your green beans usually stay right in place. So they're pretty easy to stab. All right, so our last thing here would be our steak, okay? So you're gonna need to use both hands for this. And I hold my fork just like I would if I were eating, all right? And then this hand, I usually put my finger right on top of the knife so that I can have control. So I'll put my fork into my steak first, and to cut my steak, I usually put my knife, if you can see, I put my knife through the hole of my fork, and then I can just press down lightly and slide. See how I did that? Press down lightly and slide. And usually steak is gonna lift up. So you'll have to just push down a little bit with your knife. And what you can do once you have that cut is you can stab it with your fork and take a bite. Yummy, yummy, right? All right, so let's do a little review, okay? I'm gonna put my steak back together here a little bit. All right, so if we're eating peas, the best thing to eat peas with would be a spoon. So we do a little scooping motion, hold our spoon like a pencil, yum, 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 and we eat our peas. All right, and then let's grab our fork and we're gonna eat our green beans. So we're gonna jab right into them or stab them, and that way we can take a little bite, yum, yum. All right, and then the last one would be our steak. So we're gonna use our fork first, grab with our knife, and then we're gonna put our knife through the hole of the fork and press down lightly and slide. Press down lightly and slide. All right, and if you cut it too big, then you'll just have to cut it again. So same thing, put your fork in there, and then your knife through the hole, press down lightly and slide. And that should give you a nice bite-sized piece that you can then eat. Awesome job, boys and girls. You did so great with that functional activity. We're gonna sing a fun song next, okay? I'll see you then. Bye.